Hello everybody, thanks for tuning back in here at abroadcom.net. A few very noteworthy things happened before the weekend really was started. War Campaign's Rohan Kumar went to Roxham Road with a reporter team, and by chance I met Vincent, one of the reporters on site, in a restaurant after he came back from his assignment.
Giving them bus tickets to come up here.
Did you talk to any of these supposed immigrants?
No, there was none there. How can we talk to phantoms? You know, we talked to the Border Patrol agent and the RCMP. It's on his cast.
How much time did you spend actually at Roxham Road
About
today?
3-4 hours.
How many immigrants did you see?
None. None. That we got it on film. You don't got to film me. Watch War Campaign.
Turns out Rebel News and Fox News, it was all just panic clips. For what reason? I'm going to say a few things about that not being a border in a little while. But first, I want to show you the other illustrations that Vincent had to add.
Perfect.
And where can
I'm
people
old
send
like
you the
I'm like an
money?
old Cadillacer. I slip a few gears, but I get where I'm going.
And where can people send you the money? You have an
I don't
email?
want no money. I do this for the people. I don't do it for. I'm not like, saying gimme, 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 gimme. I'm not into that. I'm not in it to say, look at me. My personal glory. I'm doing it to try and help people. And people got to wake up in Canada about, you don't have unalienable rights here. The Crown has all the rights, or what they call
We
the
are
Crown.
the Crown.
Yeah, but what they call the Crown under their present
We gotta
legal
take the
system.
crown back. That's the
Yeah,
whole point.
you ever see that Monty Python one where the King Arthur comes galloping up to the serfs working there, and they say, who made you king? He said, the lady in the water handed me the sword. Oh, I'm supposed to believe it's a farcical lady. We didn't vote for you, Anyways, I'm gonna go sit here. Okay, so our rights here in Canada come from the Crown. They are not God-given, as so to the American people, as formulated in the United States Constitution, but we are at the grace of the monarchy here. However, to my knowledge, since Canada ratified UNDRIP latest, and there's been many other court decisions in favor of the Indigenous peoples in Canada, Turtle Island for that matter, which is really not even only North America, the entirety of America, North America, Middle America, and South America, but actually the entire planet, Turtle Island. The legend goes it's been a turtle who carried everybody else on their shield. So that's why the world is called Turtle Island in the indigenous way of looking at it, which is only a very, very short version of that whole approach. I would like to encourage everybody, of course, to look for yourself. Don't believe me. Go look for yourself why America is called Turtle Island. And then you'll find out that Canada and the United States don't have a border. That is free territory to travel in for all the peoples who live there. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, we have the back door open to play that card here in Canada. Because Canada ratified UNDRIP, that means that every Canadian can now declare Indigenous. They can self-declare Indigenous. Henceforth, they don't have to accept any government services from the corporation anymore. So that is my understanding. For the same reason, it's optional to show your passport or ID at the border. You may want to consent to having your vehicle searched, but even that, seizing weapons and seizing medicines is basically against the law if you are a tribal person that infringes in your autonomy and sovereignty. Because, as I said, the government services of both corporations, the U.S. corporation for-profit registered in Washington, D.C., as well as the Canadian Crown Corporation, is also a for-profit corporation registered in Washington, D.C., their government services are optional. So you don't have to abide by these dictates. And for me, that also means that I should be able to freely travel between those lands without being police checked like a criminal. I'm a free woman, and therefore these uniformed people are trespassing on my land if they approach me and ask me for my identification even. Beside the fact that before I arrive there, they already know who I am anyways, because everybody is listening to our cell phones all of the time. They can even take pictures with your camera from their keyboard. Imagine that. And we are so worried about these cohorts of migrants. I mean, we have to admit, later on, they did hear how that really works. You got to check the bus schedule from Plattsburgh, and after that, you can maybe add half an hour. People jump in a taxi, and then they get driven to Roxham Road, and that's when the traffic starts. So a lot of them like to go at night to, you know, for the desire to remain undetected. Even so, that's, I would think, pretty much impossible to walk into Canada without being picked up by the Canadian Border Services. That would surprise me. And I believe the most pressing concern here is the frigid temperatures that were the reason why I believe, I haven't vetted it, but I heard that some migrants in Alberta froze to death trying to get in on a very cold night. And you gotta see them for what they are, you know. These border agents are doing a great job protecting people. That's all I can say. And they have no clue about the indigenous rights. Many of them are not trained in that, so you can hate on them, can't blame them for that. It's not their fault. There is, however, significant amounts of migrants coming into Canada every day as war campaigns on-site journalism team found out. And guess what? They produce something that is really interesting for agriculture.
T'as vu des gens qui viennent?
Je te dis, c'est pas de faire toilette chimique. Je te dis qu'il y en a.
Il y en a, hein?
Il y en a qui font 3 fois semaine.
3 fois semaine? 3 fois semaine? Wow.
30 toilettes, 3 fois par semaine, 30 toilets.
À part, ils ont des places là, qui hébergent.
So this guy's sucking.
Le gros truck qui les faux sceptiques, il vient 3 jours. N'importe quoi.
Nitrogen! So much so that this service person is emptying the 30 toilets 3 times per week. That anybody in this mix should feel any concern for these migrants other than them freezing to death while trying to get across. Now, I would call that the result of playing favorites. Because, of course, not everybody's the same, right? When you claim refugee status, you're okay to come in. If you just come here for a better life, economically, then shame on you. Could somebody explain that to me, please? Because I sure don't get it. Especially not seeing that we all are free people, and free people go where free people want to be. Okay, this is what you gotta understand. All of this stuff is totally contrived and made up. Nobody can hold you back. If this is where you want to go, you're a free individual, and you don't need commercial solutions to problems that you don't have. You don't have that problem. The government is orchestrating that, faking that problem, and then presenting you with a solution that you, guess what, have to buy. I don't think so, Canada. I don't think so, United States of America. There is something else but the commercial, cheap version of what this actually initially all meant. America. And there's a few people left here, thank the universe, who haven't forgotten that. I thank you all for watching. Tune back in. Like, share, support, donate here at the Broadcom. We appreciate it.